SK want to play a standard front-to-back composition here, right? You're very reliant on your Azir and your Zeri to be able to dish out damage to the front line. Vitality's goal is to find a ways past the front line. They have a lot of mobility. Pushing lane top, pushing lane bot, pushing lane mid.
Hello. Well, there you go. There's a sync up, isn't it? Flash done. Nice opener from SK when we're just talking about mid-jungle. That's a nice way to show appreciation towards the same fact as Isma's not gone. Vedius's got to step up to the wave. He's just burnt his flash. He's trying to rush it thinking, nah, I'll be fine. As Isma comes on in, he's got the flash, the flails out. All he needs is a couple more autos and Vedius's going to die. That charm off a cooldown and it doesn't matter. First blood comes down and well punished from the greed of Vetheo.
I mean, I will say I'm surprised.
Syncing up with Daglas a bit more as well. As Vedius told you, 2 seconds till the grubs come up as Isma launches the prison out. Hylissang might be in trouble. It's a double knock-up as well. Good CC from SK. And Hilly's on a hair's breadth with no summoners from before. Isma flashes and matches and down he goes as Nisqy sends Daglas on the spot. That ult is something to give him time and it works! How does it work? You don't know until you see it with your eyes. The charm as well, almost catching DOS on the way out, but man, Daglas felt like he should have died there, but SK just couldn't finish the job.
He's secure another kill. Vitality, though, back on the grubs. Isma making his way out. DOS, not level 6 just yet, but he's here to join the party. We see Ahri stuck underneath her tower. No ulti available, of course.
Nor for Photon either. That's going to be a route down onto DOS, and it interrupts the charm too. Good pick. DOS can't get out, and Vetheo secures a kill, while now one grub left behind. SK, they have the gold lead, and it's 2,000 for that amount here at the 11-minute mark. So the early game still going spectacular, despite SK finding that pick before.
There was so much on cooldown for both sides in that exchange that I'm honestly surprised that SK tried to fight that.
Might be dead. I mean, Rumble overheats, and there you go. Big bad Photon again. 100 stacks is probably about 17, 18 minutes, I think. No, maybe it's even faster than that. Maybe 16 we're talking about. As no one to reference. Photon's going to get ulted in the meantime, though. Equalizer does come down. Ulted a little bit late from Hilly. He can't do too much in the response.
It's the combined CC of a Ksante and Sejuani. It's not going to be enough, but Daglas.
It. It's good. Onto Isma. Remember, he's got no ulti, so one in return with a quick charm. That's a kill. Over to Daglas. Now he picks up one himself and right back on the board.
This series.
Oh, you'd hope so. I mean, as a best of 3 goes. Again, you know, last split, I feel like it was a bit of a shock in the pan. I remember the Vitality SK.
Now they know exactly where Isma is, which unlocks a lot of options for Vitality. They're going to look towards that tier 2.
Well, actually, might be in trouble. I mean, Carzzy's going to get taken over the turret. He's just exploded upon Senna. Won't save his life, and it's a shutdown. Now for the Viol on top of this Zeri. Can they get Exakick? They can't! They can't kill Exakick. He kites back in front of his team where Irrelevant is already so tanky. And with a knockback as well, Hilly's up next, and this is the problem. If they get a tank in front and the damage behind, it seems so easy for SK to execute like that.
This is also why Irrelevant earns so much praise.
Oh, yeah.
What a great play from him. Vitality's logic and decision-making there. So they unlocked the top tower. They're now on the dragon.
And it'll be third as well. I mean, how's the steal from Daglas? He has to commit all or nothing at all. And nothing is the answer. His teleport by the double's been burned by Vitality. They're trying to run them down. But remember that Irrelevant has 2 items. This Ksante
in now is... Oh, they may have found a pick.
Again, Photon didn't burn flash last time, though. Equalizer's out. Damage on Isma is out. The flash behind him as well. He's still overheating, but he won't get the chance to auto again. Nisqy sends him up against the wall, and it's a beautiful return from SK, but now they have to get out as Nisqy is the new target. He won't burn a summoner, but he will burn his light as it's a 1-for-1 trade.
I wonder if...
with the Baron, as you still alluded to.
The pings are coming down. Vitality, they're suspicious. They don't know if this is a trap or not, but I think they're just going to get it.
Now they see. I mean, where's the damage at 3K?
Daglas.
Steal! He does! Keep Vitality nice and strong, but now for the turnaround play, SK have brought in the quickness and Dot's in a great spot. Nisqy's ult with so is Hylissang will take one for the team. It's a double already as they're diving. This turret's still here, and Carzzy just has to sit, try and play around. It's a triple already given over to Exakick, but Vetheo looking for one back. 3 members for the Costa Baron. You still get the Baron under picking up the Baron, sneaking that from under the thumb, and Vitality are left there chilling with the Dragon coming up in 30 seconds. As Daglas' angle could be huge. He flashes. He's going to cease and desist with the Equalizer on top, and Hysterics! Exakick the target. They just need to finish it off, and finally they do. Vitality all in, and it pays off. 500 grand on red. I think you're getting about at least 250 back with Nisqy getting
That's
a kill
the
on Daglas to re-engage the flash away. Vedius out for the time being, but the quickness there as Photon is burning a light dot, flashes over and will get the kill by himself. It's so messy as SK still have numbers advantage and Photon is left standing in the midst of the fight. It all erupted, it all just started. People like Isma, DOS, irrelevant with the engage, while Exakick and Nisqy, the DPS carries are doing it all. Quickness now comes through, turret goes down. It's the knock up again, and for DOS, he's sacrificing his life, but it's all in a good cause. Exakick can continue to stand up alongside Nisqy. The DPS must be cheering.
Harder and harder for Vitality to actually execute on these fights. Irrelevant is such a monster.
Carzzy, well played, dodges away, and again!
Ooh.
Oh, Carzzy with the fancy feet. It's like watching Michael Jackson on Beat It as the last breath gets him out as well. Nisqy under turret is tanking up as Equalizer follows through. Carzzy is still alive, dancing around. If only they could finish the job. Vitality would add so much more, but
Ahri, when he inevitably gets dived on.
And again, Exakick, I mean, it's been hard to kill him as we've seen already. Vedius going to try though. Spirit Rush over the wall. Charm doesn't connect though. Equalizer is following through, so Vitality have got some good damage out, but Vedius almost dead. DOS now looking for him as sending the blade out is good, but Daglas is isolated. And SK, again, it's all these tools used to kill Exakick, but they just never be able to finish the job. As Hilly over the wall, it's actually going to be for Vetheo. He's just destroyed for a shutdown. And Vedius, as we keep seeing these fights play out, now it just feels so hopelessly doomed. Card's going to try again, but Irrelevant gets a kill. It's a snipe down on Hilly from afar as well. SK with another. And these team fights are way too out of control. But it feels like Vitality's hand in it has just completely gone.
A very different look for SK. Their early game, they fell behind a little bit, but they played these team fights to perfection. Their team fighting was arguably their weakest point so far this split, but they've cleaned that up coming into game one.
I mean, it's an opener for game one for SK that looks brilliant. Still the resilience here in this game, comp or no comp, as Exakick now has to run away. It might not be over yet, thanks to the equalizer from Photon.
I mean, he flashed in, used Hourglass while...
Vetheo will be destroyed as he checks the... He's like, hang on a minute. There's something going on in there. Seeing Irrelevant now is good as well as Nisqy gets the shove back. Carzzy was too far forward in mid, and he's just going to die. That might open things up. The ult to get him out is a good attempt, but Nisqy gets the kill. 5 versus 4. Baron, as you said, Vedius. Now, this just seems like an easy dub.
Yeah. In this game was the play that happened in bot lane.
Yeah.
Irrelevant catching out Carzzy and Vitality as they're trying to siege onto that bot tier 2, unlocking the 3rd dragon for them as well. Really just set the rest of the game up.
He steps up, I mean, just trying to do the final bit of damage that ends this game. Carzzy's going to be tagged down. There's the ulti. He'll get run down here as well. No fancy feed allowed. They just run him through. One mistake and punished well. As SK going forward now with the tanks. Look how easy it is. Trying to deny that is Hylissang and Vetheo kiting back, but in the front line, Photon sits until he's burned himself. Hilly jumped on, and the gap closed from SK is oppressive. The team fighting has been oppressive as well. And to open up this BO3 for our spring playoffs, the LEC say, hey, SK, you got your dancing shoes on today as well. To start us off 1-0.
Impressive stuff. 6-1-14 kill score for Irrelevant. 4-2-17 for Isma. Top jungle really coming up clutch. Of course, Exakick securing that triple kill definitely helped in terms of the damage. He was what he needed to be alongside.